And guys, what is going on? This is the Club the Man 1993 coming at you for round two of the Wednesday trifecta here on Wednesday nights, of course, on my channel of the Club of the Man 1993, as we are now live for my second live review tonight for 205 Live, the October 24th, 2018 edition. Of course, it was pre-taped from before SmackDown last night, and of course, it took place in Newark, New Jersey, just like SmackDown last night. Overall, solid episode of 205 Live. Maybe kind of more decent to solid. Was a little bit disappointed with this episode. I expected a little bit more, mainly from that main event. It was all right, but I expected better for some reason. We had a couple spots in the match, but I don't know. It wasn't as good of a Falls Count Anywhere match as I had hoped for. So with that, I gotta say I'm just a teensy-weensy bit disappointed in this episode. This episode really didn't do too much for me, I felt, in my opinion, of 205 Live. But let's get right into it, and let's see what we got. We have an epic video package that are shows for the feud that's going on with Hideo Itami and Mustafa Ali, hyping up tonight's main event, which is Mustafa Ali versus Hideo Itami in a Falls Count Anywhere match. We get welcome to Newark, and then we have the Lucha House Party making their way out. Lindsay Dorado is ready to take on the 205 Live debut of Mike Kanellis. Comes out with his lovely wife Maria Kanellis with a jacket on. You know, she still looks stunning, but again, not as much as she did a couple weeks ago when 2 weeks ago when she wore that black dress. Holy hell, again, was I literally tempted to call Mike Kanellis and say, hey man, can we switch last names for the time being? I'm just kidding, of course. But she came out, they had the match. Match was all right. I don't know if it's because, I was expecting, a big match out of Mike Kanellis, with him making his debut on a brand that he actually could excel on, maybe. I'm not sure how long he's going to be a heel for. I mean, they may eventually turn him babyface. I'm not sure. But they had, I don't know, it's like Mike Kanellis it just showed that he's not quite ready to be at the top of 205 Live yet, which is okay. But I feel like, maybe I just set my bar a little bit higher. Think, oh, he's going on 205 Live and Triple H is writing. Maybe like something else will come out of him that we haven't seen yet. And I feel like we didn't quite get that with this match. They gave him and Dorado a lot of time, though, in the match. I'll give them credit for that. But I felt this could have been better than what this could have been better. It wasn't. It was like an average to solid, the average to decent match. I thought there was a spot in the match where Maria Kanellis tries to cause a distraction from the ramp, but it didn't make much difference because the match kind of went on again for good 10 minutes after that even happened. Eventually, though, Kanellis gets the win, hitting a swing inverted DDT, which kind of looks very similar to Elias's drift away move finisher. So Kanellis gets the win. I mean, Lindsay Dorado has, impressed me a little bit more since Triple H took over. He's still not really too much to me yet, and probably the weak link of the Lucha House Party. But I wasn't quite as impressed with Mike Kanellis. I'm hoping 205 Live, gives him better opportunities. But so far, he didn't really, impress me too much. Now, of course, his wife does in general. Again, not going to go there again. But, again, I expected a little bit more from this match, I guess. Well, both matches we got tonight. This one, I thought it was, it was decent. I thought it was. So we get that. Kanellis still gets the win. Afterwards, we have Drake Maverick backstage. Here for a state of the brand address. He mentioned this is the 100th episode of 205 Live. This example of what the brand was always meant to be. Being bringing out the best of the best cruiserweights around the world, which hasn't been the case till right after Enzo Amore left WWE when Triple H took over. Of course, Enzo got fired, but not till then did this really feel that relevant at all. It just felt like it's a bootleg edition or extended edition of Raw. He mentions that he's hyping up Hideo Itami and Mustafa Ali's match, saying different paths to the brand, and says next week they will deliver a similar great show. Buddy Murphy needs a challenger, and the main event of next week will determine the number one contender for Buddy Murphy's Cruiserweight Championship. And of course, we'll find out later on what that was, but I'll get that shortly. Then we have a backstage promo with D. Brian Kendrick sending a word of warning to Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher. He's going to prove to Jack what everyone else who's tried to take him out has learned. Kendrick is going to show Gallagher no mercy next week. So that's we're going to get Kendrick and Gallagher again. I mean, someone pointed out also, well, then again, whenever Kendrick saved Tozawa last week, it was, they could have gone with some with how, Kendrick was trying to be Tozawa's, mentor and whatnot, like a while ago, whenever 205 Live, it was not that relevant at all. But again, I'm still not too crazy about the Brian Kendrick being the babyface guy. I would have rather been Jack Gallagher, but I don't know. Again, I'm still not really getting behind this Jack Gallagher. I mean, this the Brian Kendrick babyface turn yet, but we'll see what happens. We also get a last week's main event, and we get a selfie promo from Leo Rush, who claims he wasn't beaten last week, denying that Cedric had no chance to pin him even after he hit his little lumbar check. Everyone knows multi-man matches are decided by luck, and he's still undefeated in one-on-one matches, which is true. Now, I'm still wondering, though, why isn't Cedric Alexander getting his rematch for the Cruiserweight Championship, even though he's lost to Tony Nese, and he lost in that Fatal 5-Way last week. Well, once again, Tony Nese won. I mean, Tony Nese could get an opportunity, but again, why is Alexander not getting an opportunity, though? Again, I'm very confused by that. I don't understand why that's the case. And then we have an interview with Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy. Murphy says he knows Drake Maverick will make the right call next week and put his boy Tony in the number one contenders match. Nese says he'll beat whoever Drake puts in front of him, and it doesn't matter which of them is champ. They run 205 Live. Then Murphy rolls his eyes and shrugs about Tony's insinuation he might ever be champion. So I'm not sure if that's a sign that maybe they're going to turn one of them babyface soon. Tony Nese was briefly a babyface earlier this year, but then they turned him back to being a heel again randomly. I like this teaming, though, with him, Buddy Murphy, since Murphy's won the Cruiserweight Championship, which, once again, he well so deserved that. Tony Nese has picked up some momentum also, which I like that, too, because I've been waiting to see Tony Nese get a big push, and he's been having great matches with Cedric Alexander, who was great in the Fatal 5-Way last week, and he even recently had a great match on NXT with Johnny Gargano as well. So, again, maybe this could be set up for something for him. Who knows? Then we get our main event, Mustafa Ali versus Hideo Itami. I think this is the first time I said in 2 months these two have had a match because, Itami injured Ali and, they tried to fight again, but, Ali still wasn't quite good. And, Itami came up on top that last time. So now they're going at it one more time in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Won't deny, again, I kind of set my expectations a little too high for this match. I thought this was going to be just a big, brutal, all over the arena brawl. It ended up being mostly in the ring. We had some spots outside the ring with the steel step shot. And, of course, the ending also when Ali did the 054 through the through a table on the outside. And, of course, this way he just slayed on Itami gets him the win. So, not a bad match, but could have been better for Falls Count Anywhere, I felt. It just, I was hoping for, again, for an all over the arena, flat out brawl and whatnot. Maybe that's asking for a little too much, but I did expect better from these two. But Ali wins, and then afterwards, backstage, Drake Maverick announces that next week, the number one contenders match for the Cruiserweight Championship will indeed be Mustafa Ali taking on Tony Nese, and the winner will eventually face Buddy Murphy for a future Cruiserweight Championship match, which, I wouldn't mind seeing Murphy and Ali go at it again. They had a great rivalry earlier this year, especially that no disqualification match they had, but I wouldn't mind seeing Tony Nese get an opportunity as well. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. As Mustafa Ali gets to win, he's now in the running for a number one contendership for the Cruiserweight Championship. So we'll see what happens next week. But guys, that is it for 205 Live. I'll give it a B-. Main event was all right, was good, but again, I expected better than Falls Count Anywhere. The Mike Kanellis match was all right. I mean, I expected better from Ellsworth versus average. The Selfie promos were okay, but not really the strongest episode 205 Live, especially for the 100th episode. But what grade would you give this episode 205 Live? Please leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, sure to click buy, like, and subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at @TheManEverybody3 and stay tuned for round number 3 of my Wednesday night trifecta now, as we will review NXT next. So until then, guys, I'll see you guys then. Peace out, everybody.